Yo, what's up, guys? I am Fire and Ice Clash of Clans. I'm a brand new YouTuber, and I have two accounts basically. One is Fire and one is Ice, and I'm gonna show you guys my Legends League hits. I know everybody's struggling with the new modifiers, and yeah, I just want to show you guys what I'm using and how well it works for me. This is one of my accounts, which is Ice RSA. And yeah, basically the army I'm using is dragons, and this dragon army does not consist of a haste vial. It is a long royal champion charge. This is my other account, by the way. It is a long royal champion charge, but I use a recall with the rocket spear. I do not activate the RC ability until she's recalled so that I get maximum value. With the haste vial, you cannot get value wherever you want, but with the recall and rocket spear, you recall her and put her where you want to. So this is my army, and I'm going to show you guys how I use this. So first up, rage towers, guys. Double rage bases are this attack strategy's weakness. You're going to try and get rid of one of them. As you see, 56 with the first inverse, going as a regular RC charge would, and 47 and 43, 37, 33. That's going to be the pattern that you're going to see with my inverses. I earthquaked a bit late. I could have earthquaked over that scatter shot that I got earlier, but yeah, 37, 33 inverse, and we're going through the rage tower. 27 inverse, trying to get my RC in, but she's distracted on everything at this point. Little ADHD hero right there. 17 for the next inverse, and 13 for the following one. No offense to anyone who's ADHD, by the way. Okay, let's get in. 7 for the next inverse, and I used 4 because she was about to step out of the inverse and I didn't want anything to shoot at her, but that's okay because the fox timing kicks in anyway. And then you recall. Next step, you place your siege barracks on the side with less damage and your dragons on the side with more damage. As you see, I chose the Rage Tower. The dragons are going to go there because I have my Warden ability and my Minion Prince ability to help them get through that. Guys, I use my Giant Arrow, by the way, to get rid of air defenses and or sweepers. Guys, do not hang on to your Warden ability too long because dragons tend to split up and you do not want to catch only 3 dragons in your Warden ability. It's better to get them early than get 3 dragons where it matters the most, because as soon as that Warden ability is dead, they're going to die. RC on the far left, I used her ability immediately, which was quite a dumb RC placement for me because there were 2 heroes that absolutely wrecked her easily. But I got the multi-gear tower, which is quite some decent value. As you see, the base is absolutely smashed. I have dragons coming in from every angle, super minions coming from the bottom, dragons from the top. My queen is still alive as well, which is it's going to be very short-lived because there's a king there. But yeah, look at the amount of dragons I still have alive. My giant is still there, super minions cleaning up. The minions and baby dragon that I have for cleanup, they all converge and the base is crushed. Okay, let's get into the second hit. Rage tower and inverse tower. On these bases, you want to try and get into a rage tower. Prioritize your archer towers, multi-archer towers, and inferno towers. So I tried to get into that. And spring traps and what have you are obviously going to be there, but I'm trying to get in there. Earthquake that compartment to get in there. Did not see the Tesla and I get pulled, but it's okay. Trying to double cycle 47, 43, and I need to get into that rage compartment. Inverse at 37 and inverse at 30. No, I did not inverse there, sorry. I inverse at 27 and I redirected here. I wanted my RC to get into that compartment Invis at 8, and invis at 4. Okay, RC went straight back out, but that's okay. She'll still get pulled in by this multi, and that's good. In a rage tower compartment, you want to try and get the rage tower down, or at least triggered, which is what I got in this compartment. I did not take out the whole compartment, but I got enough. Siege barracks on the thinner side, dragons on the thicker side with more damage because you have your warden and your minion prince abilities. I should have kept 2 rocket loons for that air defense, but we'll get through it, no problem. Okay, see, this is what I mean here. I should have used my warden ability a bit earlier because there isn't insane damage on my dragons right now, but a huge pack of them have gone up. I used my giant arrow there, by the way, to trigger that invis. And the dragons on the outside are just taking damage without any protection. I brought my RC in there without activating her ability immediately because she could get through those defenses earlier. Then I popped the rocket spear. After that, you do not focus on your RC. You let her do a thing. Minion Prince ability was clutch here. That's what you focus on. Once your RC is deployed, sometimes before that, but you'll be able to judge when you need your dark orb. That portion of the base was quite handy to have dark orb because it was quite heavy with damage. As you see, my RC clutched up with the giant getting the town hall down, and my dragons are going around the base. This hit was a bit close because of that air defense on the back end, but not everything's gonna be smashed all the time, you know. Still have a full health queen, wardens up, a dragon, phoenix, sneezy, wizards, and yeah, a full health queen really does clutch up. As I said, time is a big enemy with this army. Get your stuff down quickly. You can take a second or two to think, but yeah. Okay, hit number 3, inverse rage. This base trips up so many people and they get 1 stars. All you need to do is get a thin path that your RC can use to get into the core, and by that I mean get somewhere that is thin enough where 1 inverse can redirect her into the core. And for that I chose the bottom. Inverse at 57, inverse at 53. As you see, I use my giant arrow to trigger that because I found the thin path very early. Some inverse at 7. Sometimes the path will be a bit later, so you will use your giant arrow before you get her in. I was a bit late with that inverse, but yeah, my fox is dead. And I'm trying to get there. I got baited properly, but I'm getting in there slowly. Inverse every 4 seconds and redirect. There we go, into that core. I only have 2 inverse with no fox. So like I said earlier, just try and get down the actual spell tower. You don't have to clear the whole compartment. Just get as much value as you can. Try and trigger or get down the tower itself. Did not get the town hall there, but I'm pretty sure this is still strong enough. Dragons on the side with more damage, siege barracks on the side that can get more percentage and clean up. And yeah, my warden and minion prince together. I should pop the warden soon, yes, because all my dragons are together. I don't want them to split up and not benefit from this eternal tome. RC ability to get down the air defense, multi-archer tower, and the funnel as well to push my dragons into the side. RC didn't get insane value there, but it's okay. You got the pathing, you got the multi-archer tower down, and then your minion principality, which also throws that whole back end. I just wish that I could have got it on the monolith, but if I waited that long, most of my army would have been dead by the time I got to shoot that dark orb at the monolith. As you see, many dragons alive. Minion Prince is alive as well. Steamrolling through the space. Minion Prince is almost full health, and he will be able to clear the space on his own with his Phoenix, by the way. Minion Prince with Phoenix is actually very clutch, and you can see the amount of dragons I have. My warden's up. And naturally the minion prince will start banging on the king because the king is the best air defense in this game. I don't know if you guys knew that. But yeah, as you see, very overwhelming. Dragons alive, minion prince alive. Not the closest on time, but not the most comfortable. And the last replay is double poison. These ones really hurt on time. And RC value is also not amazing, and the pathing is not as easy as well. Anyway, as you see, first inverse was a single cycle. I'm trying to get into the core just to get that pathing, not that the core is stacked or anything. Inverse at 36 because I saw a single cycle opportunity, and I inverse over to get her in there. And once she's in there, inverse 27 because you do not want to lose your fox right now. It's still pretty early. Inverse at 23, and I did not know where she was going, so she went that way. I just earthquake to get some HP off those buildings to try and get her through that section quicker. And in earthquakes do not get that much value on poison bases because they're usually pretty spread out. As you see, I got baited there. NATO giant bomb, so I just pulled my RC out. I dropped some rocket loons to get rid of that ricochet so that my siege barracks can go there without the pickers getting absolutely destroyed. And dragons on the thicker side as usual. I use one of my remaining invers because I want that multi-gear cannon down ASAP. And yeah, giant arrow, looking for some air defenses, and you see those two lined up with the sweeper, and I got everything. Beautiful giant arrow. And the mistake that I made in this raid was this. I put my siege barracks down in that corner after I had already cleared out the space for my siege barracks to walk along the left side. I should have done that. My packers ended up getting melted by the ricochet like I avoided in the first place, but user error, I guess. Deployed my RC for that topside multi and monolith. She did okay, I guess. I still have an inverse for her to make sure that that monolith goes down, and she does that successfully. After that, you see my hero abilities are used. I only have cleanup, and that's the thing with this army. You just sit and watch your troops steamroll everywhere after your RC charge and your hero abilities. The problem with this, like I said, is time. Time is your biggest enemy. My minion prince just ate 2 black bombs, which sucked, but he will get through the queen with his phoenix. And as you see, base is crushed. Still a lot of troops left, but time. This ended up being a time fail. My queen is even still up, and I just wish I had another 5 or 6 seconds. Yeah, that's how that goes. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do like, share, subscribe, and thank you for the support.